Will CM Punk and Roman Reigns work well together? Will we see LA Knight retain the US title? Will Gunther finally show that he has the balls to step up against Damian by himself? Here are all my predictions for Survivor Series WarGames. We're going to run down every match, so make sure you guys like this video, hit that subscribe button. So let's go to my predictions. The US title will be defended at Survivor Series WarGames with the returning Shinsuke Nakamura going up against LA Knight. Yeah, and of course, LA Knight has had a pretty solid title reign, in my opinion, way more entertaining than Logan Paul's reign, but LA Knight hasn't really had that one match that has stood out above the rest. Now, some will argue that it was the triple threat match that we had between Melo and Andrade, but honestly, that was a great match, but nothing really stood out from it. So I'm really hoping that LA Knight gets a signature match in this US title reign, and honestly, I'm hoping it's against Shinsuke Nakamura. I've said for a long time that Shinsuke has been undervalued and underrated in the WWE, regardless of him winning the Royal Rumble and being a US champion, an IC champion, a tag team champion. I still feel like he's been underutilized, underrated amongst the IWC, the fans' eyes. So I'm really hyped for this matchup against LA Knight, and I loved LA Knight's reign, but I think it is time for Shinsuke to get that US title once again, and I'm hoping that they make him look like an actual threat and something that's not forgettable, because that's what been a lot of reigns under Triple H, has been forgettable. Now I'm really hoping that even though LA Knight has had a pretty okay run, better than Logan's, that this will be that signature match that stands out. And I'm hoping, though, Shinsuke comes out at the end. And when it comes to my predictions, I don't choose who I want to win for these predictions. I choose who I think the company, the WWE, is going to pick to win these matchups. With this, I definitely have Shinsuke Nakamura walking out the US champion. I think Triple H is ready to put the strap on him and make him look like a killer. We've seen that they've changed up his look a little bit. Kind of looks like Anakin Skywalker, a lot of people have said. He's got that face paint running down his eyes. I'm super hyped for this matchup, and I really think that this is where they're really going to make Shinsuke seem like a monster threat in the WWE. So I got Shinsuke walking out your new US champion. The Intercontinental title will be on the line as Bron Breakker defends against Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser in a triple threat matchup. Now, of course, Bron Breakker is on his second reign with the Intercontinental title. He lost it to Jey Uso before winning it back. So Bron Breakker is obviously getting a big push to the moon in the WWE main roster scene, and you love to see it because he was amazing down in NXT. So I'm super hyped for this triple threat matchup. Of course, the build for this has been pretty solid. We saw Bron Breakker go up against Sheamus a couple weeks ago. Ludwig Kaiser came in, caused a DQ, attacked both men, and then this past Monday, the same thing, but with Sheamus running in on Bron and Ludwig and doing the same thing where all three brawl. And of course, Adam Pearce had to come out and make it official for this triple threat at WarGames. And I'm really hoping Bron Breakker gets a huge win here. He's actually had quite a few good matches as Intercontinental Champion, so I'm really excited for this triple threat. Ludwig Kaiser, another one that I would consider slightly underrated in the WWE today, even though he has been getting more of his flowers lately on social media, I've seen. So I'm really hyped to see where this match is going to go, but I really think that Bron Breakker is going to come out retaining the WWE Intercontinental Champion, and I think this match could actually steal the show. I know we got two WarGames matches here, but when it comes to our normal matchups, I think out of the three matchups that aren't the WarGames matchups, this could be the one that steals the whole show besides the WarGames matches. So if any match is looking to stand out, I think this will be the one that you guys really need to keep your eyes on, because I think this one is going to hit that upper echelon and next level of matches. But Bron Breakker is going to walk out and still Intercontinental Champion. Do you guys think Sheamus is actually going to get that Grand Slam finally? Let me know down in the comments below if you think I'm wrong here. Gunther versus Damian Priest. This match is a rematch for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This time, Gunther is looking to defend against Damian. But of course, last time there was a lot that happened in their first matchup for the World Heavyweight title. Finn Balor essentially costing Damian Priest the title. He wasn't really helping Gunther, but he was just trying to get at Damian Priest. Now, of course, tonight we know Damian is really done with that Finn Balor feud, with the Judgment Day feud, and he's looking to regain that World Heavyweight title. Will he do so tonight? No. I don't think so. I think Gunther is going to probably get help again. We did see on Monday Finn Balor talking with the Judgment Day, talking about how Dom allowed Damian to get back in this title picture after losing that triple threat match. Now, does that mean that we're possibly going to see Dom come out here and try to make this right? I don't know. It looked like Dom wasn't very happy with Finn Balor on Monday. So it's hard for me to say that he's going to go out there and try to prove Finn wrong, that he can make Damian not get that World Heavyweight title. I think that's a possibility, but I'm going to go with that Gunther needs this win on his own. No Ludwig, no Finn, no Judgment Day getting involved. I think Gunther, with the way they've told this story, Gunther has been distraught looking. He's looked like he is not that killer that he's been when he was the IC champion, excuse me. He's looked just disheveled. He's just looked like his focus isn't in being world heavyweight champion. His focus is can I even be the guy that I've always been now that I'm on top? He seems like he doesn't know if he can do it anymore. And I'm not saying it in the sense of like, I'm going to retire, I can't wrestle him. Can he bring that level that he brought as IC champion to that world heavyweight title? And I think he has, but Damian has planted that seed of doubt in his head, and it's really messed with Gunther. We saw Gunther try to attack him a few Mondays ago. Damian was able to get the upper hand even then. So it makes me wonder, will Gunther be able to pull the trigger at WarGames against Damian Priest with the way this story is being told? And again, it just ties back in. Will Dom or someone from the Judgment Day, or even Ludwig, which I kind of doubt Ludwig since he's in the IC title match, and I'm assuming it'll be before this World Heavyweight title match, will Dom or anyone else get involved? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to go with no. I think Gunther needs to get this win on his own, and I think he will. I think Gunther will get the win on his own in a really good match. I don't think this will be match of the night, but I expect a really good match between these two, and I think Gunther will walk out as World Heavyweight Champion, and we'll get that Ring General Gunther back starting Monday after Survivor Series. Liv Morgan, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, and Candice LeRae are teaming up to take on Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, Bayley, Naomi, and Io Sky. Now, of course, it was supposed to be Jade Cargill in this match, but they did a storyline where she got attacked and she was laid out on a car hood and the windshield was shattered. So they wrote her out of this matchup, and in her place is Bayley. Now, of course, we've seen Bianca and Bayley have not got along even since Bayley has become a face once again, turning on Damage Control. Bianca just does not trust her with all of the history that they've had when Bayley was with Damage Control. So Bayley came out on Monday and helped out Bianca against Nia in their advantage match to get the faces the advantage. I believe this is only the second time the faces will have an advantage in WWE WarGames. Correct me if I'm wrong there, but this is going to be really interesting. So Bayley gets her spot in this WarGames match, and we've seen on the heel side, Liv, Nia, Tiffany, Raquel, Candice have been pretty much all on the same page for the most part. And when it comes to Bianca, Bayley, Rhea, Io, and Naomi, they haven't really felt like they've been on the same page. They've been backstage kind of not getting along when it comes to like, oh, Bayley being on the team or who's going to go after who, and Rhea saying, I just want to go after Liv. So they don't really seem like to be on the same page. So will they walk out the winners against the heels? No, they will not. I have team Liv, Nia, Tiffany, Raquel, and Candice walking out the winners. I don't think that with Bayley getting on there, they're going to be on the same page with Bianca. I think Rhea isn't going to be on the same page with them because she's going to be too focused on Liv. Io is going to be one of the few, and Naomi, that are really going to be trying to get this match, get the win, and I expect something crazy from Io Sky. We've seen her twice jump off this. I think maybe even more than that she's been in every women's WarGames match. So I'm expecting something huge from Io Sky. I think her and Naomi are going to be the only two that are really trying to get the win for the team, but I think Bianca, Bayley, and Rhea are all going to be tied up in their own little things that are not going to help them get the win here. And I think it's going to help Liv, Nia, Tiffany, Candice, and Raquel get this win, even with the disadvantage to them, which, if you didn't know, means that Bianca and whoever from their team will always have one person in when they come in. So it starts off one-on-one. We'll see someone from Bianca's team come in to make it 2v1 and so on and so forth. So they'll have the advantage until everyone's in the cage. So you would think that would mean that they're probably going to win. No, I don't think that's going to be the case. Again, I just think that nothing's going to end up working for them. They're not going to be on the same page. And Team Liv Morgan get the win in WarGames. Bloodline versus Bloodline. Bloodline OG versus the Bloodline 2.0 is our main event in WarGames. And of course, what everyone's talking about is CM Punk joining the OG Bloodline for this match, as they had gotten Bronson Reed for the Bloodline 2.0. And first and foremost, Bronson Reed was like the most perfect pick. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd love to see Hikuleu, I'd love to see Zilla, I'd love to see Lance Anoa'i all somehow join this feud at some point, or even for this match. But the fact that no one really said Bronson Reed leading up to this, and when it happened, everyone was like, holy hell, this fits. Like, it was just the perfect fit. His look, his demeanor, his moveset, everything just fits perfectly with what's going on with the Bloodline 2.0, and I think that could not have been a better pick. Now, when it comes to the OG Bloodline CM Punk, I thought they were going to go with Seth. I think a lot of people thought they were going to go with Seth after they went with Bronson because of the story that they built up, and because Solo cost Seth against Bronson just a few weeks ago. So it pretty much made sense. Then bringing in CM Punk with the Wise Man returning was awesome. Now, a lot of people did think that was going to happen, and it did, which is great. And I just personally didn't see it happening, and I'm just super excited for it. But we'll have to find out on SmackDown if Punk and Roman could even get along, because Punk in the past has called out Roman when he first came back to the WWE. And of course, that was when he was WWE Undisputed Champion, so that's kind of different now. But I still think there's going to be a little bit of can they coexist in this matchup. We'll find out more during SmackDown, obviously, but I'm super hyped for CM Punk in this matchup just because it was pretty unexpected for me. Now, I think obviously this has all the potential to be match of the night. We could have possible high spots from Bronson off the cage, or even Jacob Fatu or Jay or Jimmy. We could have so much go down in this match. Hell, we could even have a new Anoa'i or a new Bloodline member debut for either team. We could see Hikuleo, we could see Lance Anoa'i, we could see Zilla Fatu, which a lot of people want to see in the WWE now. And you know what? I don't think that's not a possibility. I think that's probable, but I just don't see it happening tonight in WarGames. Now, I do think that we are going to have a definitive winner. I don't think there's going to be any shenanigans involved in this match. Obviously, it's no DQ, so I don't think there's really going to be any shenanigans of people getting involved that weren't supposed to be in the match. But I do think it's going to be chaotic to where we are going crazy, because there's going to be close calls for the Bloodline 2.0 winning and Bloodline OG. Now, obviously, I got the Bloodline OG walking out because I acknowledge Roman Reigns. But I don't see anyone getting involved. I don't see a Lance Anoa'i, I don't see a Hikuleo, I don't see a Zilla Fatu getting involved, and I think we're going to see a little bit of conflict between Roman and Punk, but I think at the end of the day, they are going to be able to coexist and pull off this big match win. Now, will it lead to Punk versus Roman down the line? I think it's possible. I think it'll plant some seeds for that, because we have also stories with possible rematches with Cody and Roman, or even Roman and Rock that could still happen. I mean, there's a few different routes we can go here. So will it lead directly to Punk and Roman? I don't think so, but I think it's definitely planting seeds. So I would be really hyped and excited to see that. But OG Bloodline will walk out with the victory. I think this is probably going to end up being match of the night. I'm super hyped for this whole card. Let me know what you guys have for all your predictions when it comes to all of them. So once again, let's recap. I got OG Bloodline. I got Team Liv. I got Shinsuke Nakamura, Bron Breakker, and Gunther. Those are all my picks for Survivor Series WarGames. Let me know down in the comments if you have anything different, or if I missed out on something that you kind of wanted my opinion on. Let me know down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.